Hello guys, and welcome to part 19 of my playthrough of Bloodborne at 60 FPS. So in this episode I will cover the boss fight for Ludwig. So before you start the fight, you can actually kill this NPC here, who drops 5 blood vials every time you kill him, and given the difficulty of the next fight, it's not a bad idea to pick them up here. As for the fight itself, Ludwig can be a very difficult boss, because he is very aggressive, and he has quite a varied amount of attacks. However, there are 2 summons available for this fight. The first one is Volter, and the second is Henriette. Of the 2 summons, the best one is Volter. He is really good in this fight because he has the Whirligig Saw, and he also has quite a lot of HP, so generally there is a better chance of him surviving this fight. So if you're going to go with a summon, I would definitely go with Volter.
Please, help us. Alongside this.
So in my opinion, the first phase is actually the tougher one, because Ludwig is in a beast phase here. As well as doing some swipe attacks, he also has a couple of very dangerous jump attacks. As for the first one, you will see him jump in the air and come down again, but the second jump attack is far more dangerous because he jumps into the ceiling, and since you can't actually look up at this point in the fight, you don't know where Ludwig is going to be, so all you can do is try and just roll forward to avoid being flattened by him when he comes back down. Other attacks that he also does includes a trample attack, as well as an arcane spray, which again does high levels of damage and could potentially even one-shot you if you get caught in it. And what I'd suggest in this fight is just try and quick step to the side of him whenever possible, because obviously if you stay in front of him, this is where you're going to take the brunt of his damage.
You were at my side all along. My true mentor, my guiding moonlight.
In his second phase, Ludwig stands upright and will attack you with his Holy Moonlight Sword. This sword deals a lot of arcane damage and has a few very dangerous attacks because he can perform swipes and slams, but the most dangerous one is a huge arcane shockwave, which pretty much is a one-shot if it hits you. He's also staggerable in this phase, so if you can stagger him with your attacks, this will allow you to perform a visceral attack. But again here, I think overall the best strategy in the second phase is again to stick to his sides and try and keep behind him when he is trying to attack you with the Holy Moonlight Sword, because again staying in front of him is just too dangerous. So that's it for Ludwig. So overall, he is a pretty difficult boss, and it took me 3 goes to actually get him here, which I was kind of impressed with because I usually tend not to fight him solo. Overall though, he is a really good boss, and also one of the most memorable ones in the game, even if he is a bit on the noisy side.
Have you seen the thread of light? Just a hair, a fleeting thing.
So you will notice here, if we wear 2 different types of outfits, we will get some different dialogue from Ludwig. But by putting on a church hunter robe, Ludwig will give us dialogue, which will then lead to him dropping the Holy Moonlight Sword, which overall is a very solid weapon, and is also a great weapon for arcane builds.
Tell me, good hunter of the church, have you seen the light? Are my church hunters the honorable Spartans? I hoped they would be. Ah, good. That is a relief to know I did not suffer such denigration for nothing. Thank you kindly. Now I may sleep in peace. Even in this darkest of nights, I see the moonlight.
Shrouded by night with steady brown beetle.
After this, we can progress through an underground jail area. So here there are a couple of enemies to watch out for, as we see a church doctor and also a wheelchair huntsman. So you need to be wary of these two, particularly the wheelchair rifleman, because he can do big damage with that rifle. So it's best to avoid him as well as you can. There are also 2 NPCs in the cell area, who are Yamamura and Brador, or Brador. And Yamamura can be summoned for the next boss fight in this area. As for Brador, however, he will act as an invader later on in the DLC. And in this area we will encounter 2 church hunters, who can be pretty dangerous, as one is using Ludwig's Holy Blade, and the other one uses the Threaded Cane, and also fires off an arcane spell. And these 2 can be quite difficult to take on, particularly the one with the Holy Blade. But as I still need an item to progress here, I decided to leave this area and come back later on to fight them.
Shrouded by night with steady stream.
So at this point, I return to the opening area of the DLC, only this time I run back up to inside the cathedral, where I will pick up the eye pendant, and we will need this to access the next area.
the foul beast will tangle in nectar and lure into the depths. Beware the frailty of men. Their weapons are weak, arms young. The foul beast will.
So that's it for this one, guys. In the next episode I will explore the research hall. So that's it for now, and I will see you soon.